Not a whole lot to say there. On a day that really should have been a celebration for West Virginia fans everywhere, with Hugs going in the Hall of Fame. I apologize to our fans. Not good enough. Credit Kansas, they won the game. 2 turnovers were the difference. We played well enough to win on offense. Defense, we couldn't get off the field. I think we got off the field twice all night. First series of the game, and then the last series of regulation. I didn't see the interception in overtime. It was on the far end of the field. He probably missed it inside. Thought they ran into Reese on the punt return, but they didn't call it. And I didn't see. I didn't have eyes on the roughing the passer call that they. So I really can't comment on that because the replay got cut off. So, but I'll take questions.
Defensively, obviously, it was a problem all night.
Yeah.
The explanation is that
we struggled to get lined up. They went unbalanced. A ton of triple option looks. A bunch of different shifts, a bunch of different motions. We didn't get off blocks very well. We didn't tackle very well. We did some things a little bit better in the second half, but it was a track meet. We didn't slow them down. Early in the game, we played really soft, and that wasn't necessarily what we had called. Played with a lack of confidence in the secondary. But no, that was not good enough. That's not the way we've played defense here for 3 years. And that's, they did a good job schematically, but that wasn't good enough.
Coach, with 2 heartbreaking losses to start the year, what would you tell the Mountaineer faithful statewide just as far as sticking up with this staff and this group?
Yeah, I get the disappointment. We lose 2 games right there at the end, both games. One in overtime and one right at their end where we're driving to tie the game up, and so I get frustration. So I can promise you now, there's nobody more frustrated than me. Not that that's going to make them feel any better, but I get the frustration. They showed up. I thought they were loud at the appropriate times today. They held in there through the rain. The students were there in big numbers early on, and so it's like I told our team is we're 2 games into this, and neither game was a result we wanted it to be, but it's a long year, and we're going to get better. We're going to get better. We have to get better. There's only one way to do it. You go back to work. We'll go back to work tomorrow. But I get the frustration. But I can tell you it's not going to be from lack of effort.
it's hard taking any positive, but offensively, you did some good things.
Yeah, we punted one time, Greg. Right? Punted one time. That was on the first series of the second half, maybe. Moved the ball. I thought we had to end up playing at the end of the regulation because we had the offsides there. When we had it 4th and 1, we were going to go for it. But then it got moved back to the 6, and so you got to have 2 possessions anyway, so we just kicked it there, and it ended up being the right way to play it at the end of the game. But I thought we ran the ball, threw the ball well. Like I said, I felt really good about it even after they scored in overtime. Felt like we could score. Felt like we had some good answers if it got into a 2-point deal. And like I said, I didn't see the interception. My assumption is he probably missed inside, but I haven't seen it. I didn't see it on the field, and I came right here.
You kind of foreshadowed some of this, I think, about their offense and the things they could do. It sounded like you were trying to make sure that one loss didn't turn into any of that on guard stuff.
I don't know, Mike. When you look back at it, we didn't play well enough to win the game defensively. That's really accurate. Okay. Was it because we weren't ready to play? I don't know. We were offensively. We did some, pretty good things special teams wise, other than dropping the punt. But we didn't play defense well enough. And so we've got to assume that we weren't ready to play on that side of the ball. We didn't tackle. That's 2 weeks in a row that we did not tackle well enough. Now, I knew coming in the game we were going to have some issues with them. I didn't think that they'd punt the ball, twice or whatever they did, and we'd only get off the field. That's not what I thought, but I knew we were going to have some issues because the quarterback's a good player. He's a really good player, and they put some stress on you how they go about attacking you. So I knew we were going to have some issues, but I thought we would win enough battles up front that we could get them in some second and third and longs, and we never did. We very few second and third longs all night.
Their pre-snap stuff, is that a challenge to your kind of influx, secondary communication, alignment, things like that?
Yeah, we didn't, and it comes down to minute things, like on the touchdown where they stuck the tight end up the. We're supposed to be inside leverage on that. We're outside leverage. It's a small thing, but it's 6 points. There's a couple things where we're supposed to be tighter in coverage. It's third and medium, and we're backpedaling when we should never backpedal in that down and distance. And is it due to some inexperience? Maybe. But I don't think anybody that's listening and are going to read what you write really cares. You know what I mean? Like, bottom line is we didn't get it done.
You all stopped the run really well a week ago and sacked the quarterback 5 times. Almost 200 yards on the ground tonight. Just what was the difference in defensive line play from your perspective?
Well, what they did is they played a lot. They made you play the field horizontally and vertically. And horizontally what they did is they used motion. They got to 3 backs a lot. And they did a really good job keeping us off balance. They ran inside zone. They ran outside zone. They ran counter. They ran a little belly scheme. And then they were good enough throwing the football where we couldn't load up the box. They hit us on 3 shot plays. But they did a really good job mixing it up. And they did a good job of arcing the tight end and then cutting off the backside with the tight end. And we missed tackles, but we didn't win up front like we are capable of winning. And I can't give you more until I watch the tape.
Okay, anything else for Coach?
Yeah, Neal, you kind of had a number of these close calls throughout the years, too. Do you find familiar elements that kind of compound it and maybe frustrate you more and more as they happen, or are these all just kind of their own and not very fair?
Yeah, I think in this league you're going to have a bunch of close games. With the schedule we play, you're going to have a bunch of close games. Without looking back and having them all in front of me, Mike, I would tell you the turnovers. I thought that was the drop punt was a big play. But common themes when you lose close games are turnovers. And, even if this was a track meet, we still would have been right in, we still would have won the game if we don't turn the ball over. We got to stop on defense. Finally got them to punt. And we had a chance to go really kind of grab control of the game, and then they take the lead. And so without looking at all of them, if I was, just going off, memory, I would say turnovers. But there's been a lot of close ones.